Dash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect, tabernacle of David. To the Alquath that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, 144,001 third, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yahshua. I'm back with the World War III Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you all. All right, so we're going to do a War and Rumors of War Tuesday on a Thursday, since I forgot or whatever. So let's get back up to date. War and Rumors of War Tuesday on a Thursday. What we do is we read Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Stop right there. No, don't stop. Read the whole thing. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay? Now, we are focusing on the famous phrase, wars and rumors of war. Wars and rumors of wars. Okay? So what we do, we say wars and rumors, and then we go to these other versions. See this version, NI version. You will hear of wars and rumors. There's rumors. But in the NLT, you got wars and threats of wars. So we got rumors and threats, right? What else do we have? Rumors, threats, and rumors, threats, and news. News. Rumors, threats, news, and reports. Okay? Rumors, threats, reports, and news of battles far away. So let's get some news. This looks like news to me, right? And how the news starts. The next news, we're already on target. Next News Network. Brian, what's his name? Franchi? Gary Franchi. 1 hour ago. Breaking. Russian warships streaming to Caribbean as Biden boasts about spilled Russian. That's crazy. This nigga done sent long-range missiles into Russia, killed a couple of fools, and now he's bragging about it. You know where this is going. Anyway, take it away, Gary Franchi.
And now for a Next News special report.
In a world on the brink, two superpowers stand at the precipice of a catastrophic conflict. As Russian warships chart a course for the Caribbean and tensions reach a fever pitch, the specter of global war looms larger than ever. With President Biden boasting about Russian casualties and the Kremlin threatening unprecedented retaliation, the stakes have never been higher.
All rumors. Conjecture. Do we know that to be true? We don't know any of these things. Rumors and propaganda is part of the war process. That's how you...
So join us for this critical special report as we examine the unfolding crisis that could reshape our world. And just like a ship navigating treacherous waters, we find ourselves in a time of immense challenges, not just as journalists and broadcasters, but as Americans. But even in the darkest storms, your support has been our guiding light. Without you, we would be lost at sea. Today, we face waves of censorship and demonetization, threatening to sink our mission of truth-telling. But together, you and I can weather this tempest. Your donations are the lifeline that keep us afloat, ensuring that the beacon of truth shines on, cutting through the fog of deception. So, can I count on you to help us chart a course through these perilous times?
Oh my God, give them the news.
And join me as my navigator. Now, the world watches with bated breath as a dangerous game of brinksmanship unfolds between the United States and Russia. In a dramatic escalation, Russian warships are now steaming towards the Caribbean, a move that comes on the heels of President Biden's controversial decision to allow Ukraine to strike Russian territory with American weapons. This provocative action has drawn a sharp rebuke from the Kremlin, with spokesperson Dmitry Peskov declaring the United States an enemy nation now, This is a startling shift in rhetoric from just 3 months ago when Peskov asserted that Russia harbored no anti-American sentiments. The tipping point, it seems, was the Biden administration's green light for Ukrainian forces to target Russia directly. Now, Moscow sees this as a step too far, with President Putin warning that Western nations are now directly involved in the conflict. In a chilling statement, Putin suggested that if these countries are deemed to be waging war against Russia, the Kremlin reserves the right to retaliate in kind, potentially leading to grave consequences. Listen.
In the end, if we see that these countries become involved in a war against us, what they are doing makes them directly involved in a war against the Russian Federation, we reserve the right to act the same way. Overall, it leads to some serious problems.
Now, in response to these provocations, Putin has vowed to bolster Russia's air defenses and ominously hinted at the possibility of arming Western adversaries. Reporting on these latest developments, First Post News confirms the escalation, noting that Russia is sending combat vessels to America's doorstep and may deploy aircraft to the region as well. Listen.
He's also going for a show of force. Russia is sending combat vessels to the Caribbean Sea, to America's doorstep. Russia will participate in naval exercises in the Caribbean, along with Cuba and possibly Venezuela. Russian aircraft may also be deployed in the region and won't stop there. Here is what US officials have said, and I'm quoting, "We anticipate that this summer Russia will conduct heightened naval and air activity near the United States. These actions will culminate in a global Russian naval exercise this fall." Now, Russia regularly conducts drills in America's backyard, but this time they're expected to be quote-unquote heightened. And the drills will continue for weeks, if not months. This is clearly muscle flexing. Russia wants to show that even while it is busy with Ukraine, it has firepower to spare, and that it can hurt any enemy anywhere in the world. All of this posturing is reminiscent of a different era, of the Cold War, when Russia and the US were constantly on the brink of war, and the rest of us were hoping to not be caught in the nuclear fallout.
Yeah, nobody wants to get caught in the nuclear fallout. So as of U.S. officials, they anticipate heightened Russian naval and air activity near the United States, culminating in a global naval exercise this fall. But the implications of this tit-for-tat escalation are chilling. If Russia follows through on its threat to provide long-range weapons to America's enemies, it can open the door to strikes on critical infrastructure and civilian targets in the West. The security of nations backing Ukraine hangs in the balance as the world teeters on the brink of a wider war. Now, according to the tensions, Russia's sole aircraft carrier, the Admiral Krustunov, has been out of service for 7 years due to constant breakdowns, though. However, the Pentagon is closely tracking a handful of Russian ships and support craft expected to reach the Caribbean in the coming weeks, likely making port calls in Cuba and Venezuela. Ukraine has apparently wasted no time in exercising its new freedom to strike Russian territory, as images circulated on social media appeared to show burning S-300 and S-400 missile systems inside Russia. As tensions mount, though, President Biden's rhetoric has only added fuel to the fire. Speaking at a D-Day anniversary celebration in Normandy, Biden touted the immense losses suffered by Russian forces in Ukraine, setting a staggering figure of 350,000 troops either killed or wounded. Listen.
They've inflicted on the Russian aggressor, they've suffered tremendous losses, Russia. The numbers are staggering. 350,000 Russian troops dead or wounded.
Yes, and that's all thanks to American ingenuity. U.S. intervention, the blood is on Joe Biden's hand. Now, the optics couldn't be more jarring, highlighting Russian casualties on a day meant to commemorate the shared sacrifice of Allied forces, which included the Soviet Union.
You're going to hit it right there. As you can see, this thing ain't going nowhere. It's going all the way through. All right? This is the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. And nobody can stop this. We already know the outcome, right? We already know the outcome of all this war is called the kingdom of heaven. Heaven on earth, right? Led by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, King David, right? The heads, the 12, all the way down, and whoever I didn't mention in chronological order. But yeah, how do we get out of here? That's pretty much World War III. You got battleships and shit steaming to Cuba, as in the Cuban Missile Crisis 3.0. Come on. You don't know where this is going? That's some news of battles far away, ain't it? Well, shit, right across the into the Caribbean. That ain't that far, but anyway, World War III is here. If they're sending nuclear subs, remember that? Tra la la. I can buy them all for 6 rubles. Tra la 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 la. The nuclear submarine with a nuclear motor. Remember that? Yeah. Anyway, what am I looking for? Let's go to Revelation. I'm going to get out the traditional way. Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe has passed. The second woe is talking about World War II. Take note, World War III is coming soon. The third woe. Okay? Shit coming soon is here. They're sailing down to fucking Cuba. Okay? Now, back then, during the original Cuban Missile Crisis with JFK, that was coming soon. We're here now. This is it. Okay? Biden is laughing, boasting about killing Russians in Russia. What the fuck do you think is good? And the Bible said Russia is going to win. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect are edified, you brothers and sisters. With that, I'm going to say shalom.